Yo, YouTube, what's going on? AJ here, back at it again with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over Zhang Liao's best team comps. I'm going to give you guys three really good team comps. The first one's obviously going to be the standard. And as you guys can see, I have my bullet points right here on the right side, and I'm going to go in depth about it. The second one's going to be an alternative option to Yinlin, but it's going to provide different gameplay aspects that are much better in certain areas. The third one's the craziest one, guys, that I kind of had like a shower thought. You know, if you've ever been in the shower, I don't know if you guys have ever had a thought like that and a light bulb goes off. That's what happened with me. And the third one gets really crazy, so stick around for that one if you guys want to play a more offensive heavy team comp. But yeah, if you guys like the content on the channel, make sure you hit a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the support. I do appreciate it. We're on the road to 5K, and then it's going to be the 10. I'm trying to be the best Wuthering Waves creator possible in the space. So thank you guys so much. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So let's look at our left side. Obviously, you guys can see the standard, right? That's what this team is. The main DPS, the sub DPS, and your sustain / healer. So the healer, I'm going to just throw this out there already, that way people don't have to ask. You can use Verena, you can use Baiji. Eventually there's going to be a future character, I can't say specifically, but we all know who that is, that's going to come and replace the sustain role. But let's talk about this in depth. So what does this team comp offer you right now, as in as far as the damage wise, and how does it benefit Zhang Liao? So it is going to be Zhang Liao's best in slot team comp, just because, you know, you have the dual what's it called, electro users right here, the main DPS, the sub DPS, and then we're going to move on to the second point, which is Yinlin gives all the buffs he needs. So Yinlin over here is going to give you the electro buff for the element, which Zhang Liao likes. She gives resonance liberation buffs, which Zhang Liao likes, and you're going to need to take advantage of, because Zhang Liao does need a lot of resonance liberation, and the more you have, you just hit harder, you know what I mean, and you just dominate any opponent on the field. So the fact that she already gives that is a big, huge bonus. And then on top of that, for our third point, great off-field damage and all-around team damage. And this is where Yinlin is kind of like the premium, guys. It's the fact that you can go in with Yinlin, do a lot of damage with her, but then when you set those little strings, when she's doing her little crypt walk or sitting down on her little throne, air throne with the strings, she basically leaves the mark, and then you can switch into Zhang Liao, get all those buffs, and then you just start going hacking away at it. And then obviously Verena is your just basically your support. Okay, moving on, let's get to the next one, which is now we have team 2, the alternative. Now, as you guys can see, instead of Yinlin, we have Jianshin over here. Same rules applies to sustain. However, this is going to offer you guys different bonuses and different incentives. Now, what do I mean by that? So now that Jianshin has replaced Yinlin, Jianshin is an offensive or defensive option. So what do I mean is that if you're not very comfortable right now and you're kind of concerned and you don't have a Verena, let's say maybe you have a Baiji or something like that, well, Jianshin, not only does she offer you sub DPS level damage, she offers you shielding, she can provide you a little bit of healing, I believe for the most part, right, guys, it's just that Jianshin's kind of like this comfy pick. She's a jack of all trades, but she does it a little bit better than like an 8 out of 10. She's like a 9 out of 10 with my opinion. You know, you can do decent damage with her, to really good depending on how you built your Jianshin, or she can be more of that supportive buffer role. And she has other qualities, which we'll get into our second point, which is highest amount of resonance liberation buffs plus CC. So that is another thing, guys. We talked about Yinlin giving resonance liberation buffs and how Zhang Liao wants that. However, nobody's going to provide you more resonance liberation buffs than Jianshin herself. Jianshin will be supercharging Zhang Liao to go ham. Plus, the big benefit of her gameplay is, you guys have seen it, she offers and provides a lot of CC and grouping. So there can be situations where, let's say in the tower, the 3 enemies, you can quickly group those guys up, do your combo real quick, switch from Jianshin to Zhang Liao, get the res liberation buffs, press the ult, and you start going ham there, you know what I mean? You start hitting them all and they're all slowed and Zhang Liao is just popping off. The second thing I want to talk about is helps with, or excuse me, third thing, guys, helps with end game hologram bosses. So with end game hologram bosses and the end game modes, Janshin thrives a little bit different than other units, whereas in hologram bosses, right guys, a lot that's part of end game, and that's very difficult for some people. One thing is parry windows. I know it's a little bit of a skill thing, guys, but not everybody's really great at parrying. Some people prefer dodging, some people are good at both, you know what I mean? Some people are good at parrying and somehow mess up on dodging or over dodge, you know what I mean, and don't time it right. So whichever one you fall into that category, Janshin just tends to help because she has in her skill, you know what I mean, the easiest parry window to knock a boss back and just push him back for those few seconds in case you need it. But she's an all-around great option for this team comp in case you don't have a Yinlin. So the people who felt like they missed out on Yinlin, if you have Janshin, that's good news for you guys. Next, let's talk about our final team comp and the most interesting team comp, and I'm going to talk about how you can slot something else for the third option in a second. So yes, our third team comp, I call it the offensive heavy team comp, and that is, you see it right here, 2 main DPSs, not a sub DPS, 2 main DPSs. Now as far as the sustain, you can use Verina, but we're gonna talk about this in the third point, right? So with this team comp, well, I want to talk about how Changli is just a monster with Zhang Liao, and it's probably going to be very fun to play. If you remember, guys, some people run Changli and Calcharo. Now we'll get into that too, but Changli, like I said, dual DPS comp, very offensive. You have 2 damage dealers that are going to be popping off really quick. The second point is it's a quick burst playstyle because you've added Changli, and she gives Resonance Liberation to Zhang Liao. A lot of people forget Changli doesn't just give fusion damage, she gives Resonance Liberation damage, and we've been over this twice, you guys know it's already good. But the thing that makes this amazing is that you could be on field quickly with Changli, do your full combo, your cancels, drop her nuke on the field, get that little blinking icon and then switch into Zhang Liao, and then you have the Resonance Liberation buff. You start going ham, knocking everybody out like we said before. But the thing is, and this is where this comp gets really fun, is that the fact that you can switch between the two. But if you wanted a 3-man rotation, you didn't want to sustain, you want to make it more offensive heavy, you can take, if you still want somewhat of a defensive option right there, you can replace Verina with Janshin. Now you have Janshin there, and guess what? Like I said, the main guy that wants the Resonance Liberation that's going to go ham and pop off, you can throw in what's it called, Janshin. Boom, Changli goes into him, he goes all in right there. You can switch back to a Janshin if you need be, use a CC or whatever, right? Switch back into Zhang Liao, go just start going ham again. Basically all these people benefit Zhang Liao, and you can do a lot of damage, and I think that's a fun team comp that I'm going to experiment with going forward. The other one is you could just slap Yinlin on the 3rd spot, and then boom, you can go like boom, boom, and you know what I mean, boom, and then boom, you know, back and forth. Like this team comps for Zhang Liao, guys, very versatile and very fun right now for him. And right now I feel like Zhang Liao being given for free, if you're really interested in the character, you can use the 4-star weapon Stonard, but I highly recommend picking up his signature weapon if you just want to make him monster, because guys, I don't think we're going to be receiving another Electro DPS anytime soon in the future. We had Cal, some people are still going to stick with Cal because they have some resonance chains in him. They're already dropping a second one, guys, so I don't even expect, not in 2.0, not in 2.5, guys, maybe the last patch of 2.0 or 3.0. Like it could be till 3.0 is what I'm expecting before we get another Electro DPS, because Kuro Games has so many other roles to fill right now for the elements, for the characters right now. So yeah, but this comp looks like a lot of fun to mess around with. I can totally see somebody like practicing crazy rotations or something like that and having fun. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think about the 3 teams? These are my 3 teams that I'm gonna either experiment with, roll with, and I think that are best for him. I know there's not a little bit of lack of there's a little bit of lack of 4-star options, but right now, you know, Res Liberation units, you know what I mean, they just require some of the most premium teammates in the game. But I think by now, even if you're a new player and you have the standard ticket and you have all this stuff, you should have either a Janshin if you missed out on a Yinlin, you know what I mean, or just all the, or Chang Li, maybe if you're a bit veteran player and you skip down another player, like let's say you don't have Yinlin but you have Chang Li right here, right? Well, now you get to slap these two on the team. So very versatile though for the premium units we have in the situation we're going into. That's it for this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. Thank you guys so much for 4K. We're gonna get to 5K and then we're gonna move on to 10K. I appreciate y'all, love y'all, talk to y'all soon, peace.